Back inside the Cardinal Playbook, it's head softball coach Dustin who joins us after the trip to Arkansas this weekend. 6 games, you were able to get them in. Partner, some of your players told me it was cold and miserable out, but I think that's to be expected in February.
Well, yeah, we knew going down there that they had been battling some of the temperatures and weather we have had here. Friday was really cold and windy. Saturday was a little bit warmer, but still very windy. And Sunday, yesterday, I felt it was really nice. It was more like what we're used to playing in the spring.
2 and 4 over the weekend. You get beat twice on your first day, and then split the doubleheaders the next 2 days. And how do you feel about that?
Well, we never like losing, but you know, Friday we just really weren't playing any aspects of the game very well, and so we weren't very happy after Friday. We had several good talks, and the girls kind of got refocused, and Saturday and Sunday was completely different and more like the team we feel like we have. Saturday and Sunday, you know, the 2 losses we did have were in extra innings, so we're right there. And really after Friday, we felt like that was a real good sign of what this team has in them to have the short memory to come out Saturday morning and play better. Offensively, we looked a lot better. Defensively, on Saturday and Sunday, we were just superb and turned, I think, 15 double plays on the weekend.
Say that again, because that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, you know, and that's the type of team we have to be. Our pitchers realize they can throw to contact, and you know, we actually walked the bases loaded intentionally in the extra inning game, and then got the double play ball that we so badly needed. You know, that's the kind of confidence our pitchers have in our defense, is that they can get ground balls to them and give them an opportunity to get us out of some tough jams. Defensively, like I said, I was very pleased. Offensively, we still at times looked really strong, and then and girls had great at bats, and then at times we looked like we haven't seen live pitching for a while.
Sure. Which is probably true in a lot of cases. Before we talk about individuals, let's talk a little bit about this preseason that has you in the top 4 in the GLVC. Is that not a distraction, but is it a little bit heavier weight to take into the season?
Well, I think our girls feel the pressure of you know, having another solid season after really not losing much. So, you know, they maybe have created some of that anxiety about being picked at that spot. We possibly, coaches, have created a little bit of the anxiety, but I think after this weekend, I think they've realized that everybody on our schedule is a quality team, and they have to show up and play.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some of the individuals. Again, I know it was kind of a tough day on Friday, but who stood out for you over the entirety of the weekend?
Well, we had several, you know, and at times all of the girls played well. I think standing out, just looking at the stats and knowing that she came up in some big situations, Faith had a great weekend offensively. She seemed to come up in critical situations and come through for us. She also pitched very well against Missouri Western, the game that we won on Saturday, to kind of get us going again in confidence.
You're expecting an awful lot of her, aren't you?
Well,
I don't mean that in a negative way, but she will fill a lot of roles for you.
Yeah, you know, this weekend we relied predominantly on Faith and Rachel Hayden's arm, and Faith on Saturday threw 180 pitches in the 2 games. That's high this time of year. You know, later in the season that wouldn't be too concerning. But between the 2 games, that's what she was at, and then Rachel had to throw 120 in yesterday's win against Missouri Southern. Again, higher pitch counts than we would like for them to have, but both were very good, and really they were so effective that it didn't seem like their pitch counts were up as high as they were. So she did a great job in the circle also offensively. Kelsey Morgan, a freshman from Topeka at third base, she played really well defensively. Hit her first career collegiate home run. Seemed to really play with a lot of confidence and really didn't let the nerves get to her. Megan Barnes played very well at shortstop, and offensively, I think she ended the weekend right at 500 offensively and made some great plays. Erin Kramer behind the plate played very well. She caught however many innings we played, she caught them all, and her focus was there still on Saturday or Sunday, and that's a good thing that she played through, I'm sure, some sore legs, and I think Brittany Matson had a really strong day on Saturday, hitting 2 home runs in each of the games, a big one against Missouri Western. Everyone contributed very well, and even, like I said, in the losses, we didn't beat ourselves. We played very well, both teams that beat us, very deserving, and again, just kind of got the timely hit when needed.
You have talked about, and we know that you have a solid core returning this year, but we heard a lot of new names there when you were talking. And are you using a lot of people now, or are you kind of with the set lineup already? How does that work for you?
Well, it's tough as a coach in a program where we feel like we've got great depth and players that can help us in any position. We don't want to get too set right now, and it might have seemed that way because we did play a lot of everyone got in, but our first 6 or 7 in the lineup didn't change much. It's kind of a catch-22. You want to get everybody some at bats, but you also want to get your maybe top 6 the most at bats. And some of the players that came in, Megan Kapler had a start in our win and played really well and got on base in some different situations. And I think it is exciting to hear some new names that contributed because we know what our returners and our veterans are going to provide us. So I think that might have been the question mark, is what are these new girls who are going to get a lot of playing time going to be able to provide, and it was positive.
I know through the years nobody uses a roster to such extent as you do, finding roles for all of those players.
Right.
So I expect that's still part of the process.
Oh, absolutely, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but we get our girls buying into the role and believing in. It takes all 20 of us, and it truly does. I mean, if we're going to have a shot to, play deep into the season, and it's going to take all 20 girls. And, roles change throughout the year. I tell them every year, the game 1 starting lineup will never be the same game 56. It just doesn't work out that way. Players get in situations and do well with it, and they, the roles change. So.
And what do you have coming up this weekend?
We go to Tahlequah at Northeastern State University.
Home ground for you.
Well, it's my alma mater. So we'll play, actually, Bacone from Muskogee is going to come over. So we'll play a little triangular both days. And so we'll see Northeastern State twice and Bacone twice. Weather forecast looks great. It's nice to be able to go.
It's a big part of the year.
Yeah. Of course, it's fun for me because we'll go down and we'll actually hit in a friend of mine's indoor, and then we'll go have dinner at my parents' house, and the girls get a home-cooked meal, and then get to play, where I spent my college days. So.
And do people come up and tell them stories about your college days, or no? We don't need to know that at all.
Yeah.
Dustin Combs has been our guest inside the Cardinal Playbook, and we're back with more after this.